Hello friends, Rich here at 585 Hillbilly Garage. Just wanted to do a quick What'd You Buy Wednesday hosted by Joe over at Big Sky Model Workshop. So real quick, we'll just jump right into it. Picked up these gel pens from none other than the Ollie's Good Stuff Cheap. Got these for $2.99, full set of colors, and it's got the white one in there for doing the white walls, which I saw a video from Joe at Big Sky Model Workshop doing these, and we got to talking a little bit before I bought them, and I went out and bought them. And he was saying that he did use some of the other colors in there too, and I don't think he told me for what. But Joe, if you see this, just throw it in the comments, because Manny was asking about these and what other colors people were using and what they were using them for. So you could throw that in the comments here, or you could jump over there on Manny's site there, Manny Scale Modeling, and throw the comments in there for him. So yeah, I picked those up and I did use them. I did try the white. I used the white for the white walls on the Regal Lowrider, and I tried the red too, because you know some of the vintage cars had those red white walls on them, and both of them came out pretty good. So thanks for that, Joe. Another thing I got over at Ollie's was, this is my old ISO board, and it's just cardboard on one side and a little cork board on the other, kind of chintzy. So I was watching another fella, and I can't think of his name off the top of my head, but he had the magnetic setup. So I got this, and this is just a dry erase board, and I never knew this, but these are metal, and maybe not all of them, but at least these ones are. And before I bought it, I stuck a magnet to it to see at Ollie's, and it was in fact magnetic. And as you can see, I got magnets stuck all over it. So yeah, I picked that up. That was I want to say $5. I think I got a picture of it. I took a picture of it before I ripped the plastic off. But yeah, so we got that and that, and I think that's about it for what I actually purchased this week for the hobby. But I did have this that I wanted to talk to you guys about a little bit. So I made this myself. It's just a piece of board. I think it's old fence board, you know. And this is, I think, 6.5 inches wide, and I cut it at 7 inches long. And I cut 3 of these. One of them I used for the see if I can move you over there. I used for this little guy that I built here temporarily. I think I'm gonna get something different for that later, but that works for now. But anyway, let's get back to it. So just real quick, I know they sell these things on Amazon and that, and I think you can get them at Hobby Lobby too, and they're relatively inexpensive, but I felt like they didn't come with very much. In the alligator clips, I can get 100 of these on Amazon for like $5 or $6 for 100 of them. And I actually just, some of them I put on just regular toothpicks. So you can even use these for glue, and then after you're done using them, put them on the alligator clip. But I used my square on here, and I'm not going to use this one. We're going to use a clean one so I don't start dropping stuff all over the place. I just used my square, and I marked this off at every 1 inch, and then I marked it off at every 1 inch, and then I just drew the lines across until I had, you know, a checkerboard. And then all my points I drilled out with think it's I think it was a 3/64, or it might have been the next size up. I can't quite remember, but this one would drop right down in there. And I put a little stopper on there, the little, you screw it tight, adjust how deep you want to go. So I didn't go all the way through the board. And then, these are just paper clips and, some toothpicks. And I made this one too. And those little red caps are the caps for the pegboard hooks. So, and the still opens pretty wide. You can still get a decent part in there and crunch down on it, and but without scuffing the part, because little plastic stoppers. Or you could even probably use the what do they call it? The heat shrink tubing that's for electrical wires. That in this little heat gun here, that would probably work great too. But yeah, you just grab them and you crimp them down on here. And another thing I did with this that I didn't have any out, but I'll grab a couple. And these I cut, and I think I made them too long, so I think I might shorten them down some. But you really don't have to. But I made these, and these two are at an angle, and a couple straight ones. And I think I got a couple more of these floating around down here. Might be hooked to something, but these are coat hangers, like you get from work, like the companies come in Cintas and UniFirst, and they throw these things away when you're done using them. Like you put them on that rack, and once a year they might come and take them away. They go to the landfill. And I know this because I work for a garbage company. I drive a 18-wheeler, and the trash comes into the stations in the little trucks, and then they load it in the trailers, and I take the big trailers, to the landfill. So yeah. So yeah, you can take those, and you can just kind of cut this up, and it's already got some good angles on here that are useful if you want an angle, so you don't even really got to bend them too much. But that's what they are. There's a little angle on that one. I never bent that. I just cut it off, and here's a couple straight ones. I think the two straight ones I had were right across the bottom, and then I cut out these two angles here, yeah, and just put them. And these ones are a little bit bigger of an alligator clip, and I use my pliers to crimp them down on there, but then I put some solder on there too, and the solder was probably excessive, but I had it laying around, so I'm like, why not, so yeah, that is what I got. And hopefully it's a helpful tip for you. I mean, you can make a bunch of these. Like I made this one, and so I drilled everything out, and then I sanded it back, so then you didn't even see the pencil marks that I made in there, for the checkerboard. And then I put some I don't have the bottle down here, but the wood sealer stuff on there. Can't think of the name of it. And the other thing I did is these little toothpicks here, and these just got the it's just a toothpick, and it's got the fun tack on there. And I use those, and I use the popsicle sticks, but I had to tape a toothpick to the bottom of it to get it to sit down in there, and then I got the fun tack on there. So, and they work great. I've airbrushed on all of the ones that are on here, and a few others, and they work great. So if that's something you guys want to try out, you know, maybe it helps. And that's what it's all about, is helping each other out, right? So, but that's that. And I got the Regal all done. You can go check out the video on that. And if you guys had any questions on there, because like I did the video and I tried to keep it simple and shoot for, you know, 10 minutes, but I think the video went like 15 minutes. And so there was a lot of detail in there that I really didn't explain or talk about. And, you know, so if you guys got questions on that stuff or and how I did it, you know, just go on the video and throw it in the comments, and I'll respond to that. The 32 Ford, I made a little bit of progress with. I got the interior done on it. Drop you down here. I did get the interior done on that, and the windows. So all the inside windows are done and the interior is done. And I just did that stuff last night. So not much progress, but progress. And like I said in one of my other videos, we're working with Manny Scale Modeling to get a wheel package together that I want to do for this. And you know, like I said, I started this car 11 years ago, and we did these, you know, aluminum wheels with the photo etch centers and stuff, and it was cool back then. But I'm not digging them now that the car's painted and done. I got something else in mind, so I guess you'll have to stay tuned for that until we see if we can figure out if we can do it or not. But Manny's working on that. He says he's going to work on that tomorrow for me, see if he can get it sorted out, and hopefully we can get that back, and I could, you know, do a little bit of button up stuff I got to do on this, and we'll get that one up for show too. So, but that's all I got for tonight. Appreciate you guys, like I say, you know, and I appreciate all the positive support and feedback, and the amount of people that are into this hobby and doing it. Like, I started watching a lot of the YouTubers and YouTube channels on just building these models and stuff, and it's a really big community, and we're all, seems like we're all there for one another, you know. So that's great. You know, it really feels good, especially with the way everything is going in this day and age in the economy, you know. But that's enough of me rambling. And like I said, I appreciate you guys. You know, if you like the stuff and you want to see more in it, you know, hit the subscribe button and turn the notifications on, so you can get alerted when my videos pop up. And you know, sometimes there's good stuff, and you know, sometimes it's just me rambling like I'm doing now. So that's all for now, and I appreciate you guys. You guys have a great night and be safe.